got kind of crowded.
For sure. Every spot is taken in here. It's crazy. I think I've clipped it into my hair. So much for smooth operation. Can we try that again? Oh my god, I think you need to save me. My hair is such a mess.
It's stuck.
Help me.
Alright, let me put this down.
Do, 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 do.
Getting ready in the morning, right?
Just waking up slow. I'm ready! Inktober, day 5. Should we make some tea?
Yeah.
Now, what kind of tea would you like? Matcha green tea? Green matcha energy. Is that good?
Sure.
Once we get a glass jar, I can use the loose leaf in this thing. But we have a lot of other tea to go through first.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Day 5.
Day 5, feeling alive.
So Lou, what are you doing?
So we gotta empty the pee jug. Right now we're at like a parking lot that has services, but normally we just do this like deep in the woods somewhere for like wild camping.
Or some grocery stores actually have the services too.
This is probably 15 liters of pee. See you later.
Bye.
Empty.
Good job.
Yeah. Makes me glad we don't have a cassette toilet. Those things are even worse.
Best husband award. So that's our water level. And now we're gonna refill it to the top.
Watering Odie. Did the van in front of us already leave?
After 1 jug, water level's there. Okay, it's full.
What?
It's full.
Okay, that was the whole jug.
Perfect.
This cat's gonna jump.
Okay, now gray water.
Yeah.
So that's all of our sink water.
Van is in top form. We got water, we dumped our pee, we are dumping our gray water.
And gray water is what?
Gray water is just sink water. It's really like, it should be clean, but because I think we have such an old tank and like the weird potato stuff, we don't put any chemicals in anything.
Yeah, our soap is bio.
It's just water.
Yeah.
But it's really smelly, so it's like you don't want to do it somewhere where people are going to be like walking or anything.
Yeah.
This is the best situation.
Yeah.
And they have these at supermarkets sometimes too.
Which we're gonna go to after this. Day of chores.
Day of chores.
On day 5 of Inktober, our plan was to find a lagoon in the shape of a seashell. We'd hike up the sandy hill only to be surrounded by a dense white fog. The air was so damp I felt like I was taking a sip of water with each breath, and as the minutes passed, I could feel the wet air wash the drive off of my skin. We climbed higher and higher, and then it appeared, an abandoned old church with an arch standing proudly in ruins. And like out of thin air, I found the subject for today's drawing, and we didn't even remember that we'd climbed up to see a seashell-shaped lagoon. Even after only 5 days, I've realized the power in making time to take out my sketchbook every day. This commitment forces me to actually look at the world around me, study the textures, the shadows, and attempt to transform my reality onto the page. But more important than the skills I'm slowly accruing in that daily challenge is that it reminds me that the only thing that matters is actually showing up. If you've ever tried sketching in pen, you quickly realize that once a mark is down on the paper, there's no going back. And while at first it might feel scary not to be able to erase, there's so much freedom that comes from just moving forward and letting go of perfection and just playing around like a kid. Run down the dune if it calls. So now that we're done drawing, I am about to be on a podcast with our friend Ariel Bissett. She has a YouTube channel. You should check her out. We'll link it here. And yeah, we're talking about a book called The Women Who Run with Wolves. And we only have 1 minute till it starts. And yeah, so she's on the phone right now. Gotta go.
It's just gonna be part of a video.
Because we're making Inktober videos every day. Well, not every day, every other day at the moment. So this is part of Inktober day 5.
Can you sketch me in my book?
Oh my god, that would be amazing. I can show you, where's my, I think it's below. Can't show you today's drawing, it's under the bed. Okay. I have to say, I definitely, I really liked the book. It definitely took me a little bit of time to get into it. I was like, I don't really read fantasy. I'm not like a huge person in that sphere. So then getting into these like fairy tales and things like that, I was like, oh, this is what's going on with this book. Because I didn't really do any research. I basically had heard other people say it's a good book. Then I saw you had it on your shelf and I was like, oh, is it a good book? And then it was like, oh, let's read it. And then it was like, okay, cool. Got it on my Kindle. And then I was like, ooh, this is an interesting one. But then I was like, well, I'm reading this for this book podcast, I definitely have to read it. And like, good thing I did, because the more and more I read it, the more it connected to me. And by the end, it connected to me really deeply, and I was like recommending it to people.